This time I'd like to ask SGA President Delaney Mall to come forward and lead us in the pledge.
You could please stand and join me in the pledge. Flag is behind you. Or this way. Either way. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Welcome to the 2022 Upper School Awards Assembly. You'll hear today from coaches, our athletic director, some of our faculty, and I want to start, students, by asking you to join me in thanking these adults who've mentored you, who advised you, who have taught you, who have been your friends, and sometimes disciplinarians, but oftentimes your wonderful teachers. So please join me in thanking our faculty and coaches. I ran across a speech recently that Theodore Roosevelt gave and wanted to share a quotation from that. This speech, this part of the speech is sometimes referred to as the man in the arena. And it said, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." We live in a world full of folks who criticize and critique, but rarely place themselves in the arena. I can hide behind my keyboard or phone and tweet all day long, but if I fail to step into the arena and strive to take action, strive to accomplish something that will make a difference in my life and the lives of others around me, then my impact is limited and my influence is non-existent. Upper school students, if you work to reach your full potential by putting yourself in the arena and you strive valiantly to compete, I commend you. If you worked to reach your full potential, you earned my respect. Regardless of the outcome, regardless of whether your name is called here today or not, striving to do your best is what matters most. Look in the mirror this weekend and take stock. Did that person you see in the mirror consistently strive to reach his or her full potential? If yes, congratulations, you're in rarefied air. If no, then why not? And when will you start? Regardless of the outcome, regardless of whether your name is called today or not, I salute each and every one of you who entered the arena on a daily basis. It is not the critic who counts, nor the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Continue to dare greatly, Falcons. Congratulations.
Again, good morning as we celebrate the Upper School Awards and Athletic Awards today. And again, it's a tremendous accomplishment. But as I was thinking about my remarks for today, I was reflecting back on a book I recently read, 1% Better, Reaching My Full Potential. and how you can too. And the story is about a young man with Down syndrome, and a few characteristics, physical characteristics, is low muscle tone, small stature, upward slanting eyes, and a deep crease in the palm, and a lot of limitations. And there's different variants amongst. So this young man, in November of 2020, became the first person with Down syndrome to complete an Ironman. So for those who don't know what an Ironman is, it's a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike, a 26.2-mile run for a total of 140.6 miles in one day. There are individuals who compete in Ironman that don't make the time. So they essentially tap out. So just an amazing part of this. And part of the story is a father who's a businessman. He uses this 1%, get better 1% every day to train his staff, and he decided to use it to coach his son. And he hired different individuals, because you have to have someone run in tandem with you, be a guide if you have a disability during those events. So someone connected, swimming, biking, running, you name it. And what I loved in the book was goals were transformed into dreams. So asked his son, what are your dreams? And one of them was to do an Ironman, to compete. So I thought that was outstanding in what we did. And reading the book, our leadership model oozed out of the pages. And it shows that our recipe at Gerstel makes a difference. And when it's applied outside of our walls, greatness happens. The one thing this young man did not do was focus on his limitations, focused on what he had and how he could maximize the talents he possessed. And I ask you to do the same. I reworked previously a quote by Vince Lombardi to fit us. Gerstel Academy is a great deal like life, that it teaches you that work, sacrifice, perseverance, competitive drive, selflessness, and respect for authority is a price that each of us must pay every day to achieve any dream that is worthwhile. And as you think about next year, seniors, off onto your next journey, underclassmen, your next academic year, or maybe your next step is your job this summer. Ask yourself the following questions. What are your dreams? Are you willing to pay the price to be successful? How are you going to apply your P's and A's to achieve your dreams? How are you going to hold yourself accountable? Because at the end of the day, you're the only one knows if you got 1% better. Thank you guys for an outstanding year, and I wish you much success in your exams and seniors on your next steps over the next couple weeks. And I look forward to seeing everyone in August willing to compete. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to our athletic department, Mr. Gelati and Ms. Kidwell.
Good morning and welcome. The spring season is by far the shortest season. Typically brings wet, chilly conditions, and this year was no different. It is a season that we say thank you and farewell to our seniors. We appreciate all they have done for our programs and the example they have set for our underclassmen. If you look at just our win-loss record for our spring teams, you may believe there was not much success. However, sports are much bigger than just wins and losses. People will tell you you learn more from failure than you do from immediate success. Sports are no different. No one wants to lose, but you can learn many life lessons from the adversity of losing if you reflect on why you lost. Commitment. You get out what you put in. Self-discipline. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Mental toughness. In order to be successful, most times being mentally strong is more important than physical strength. These are just a few lessons I'm sure you've heard your coaches preaching throughout the season. We are proud of the effort from all of our spring athletes. as they work to reach their full potential throughout the season.
We would now like to recognize the students who work tirelessly behind the scenes and on the sidelines to make our athletic programs thrive. These students put in hours of work and are vital members of our athletic programs. To our spring team managers, we are very grateful for your generosity with your time and talents. Students, when you hear your name, please stand to be recognized, and please hold your applause until all students' names are called. Zach Marquez, Emma Leonard, Abby Redmond, Kiara Hardy, Natalie Leonardson, Maddie Funk, Sydney Smith, Megan Mossmiller, Bella Farrow, Kevin Harris, Danny Sager, Sam Mosovitz, and our head manager, Ajay Hobart. Next, we are thrilled to recognize those student athletes who earned their first varsity letter during the spring of 2022. Each student who participates on a varsity squad for the first time will receive a varsity letter and a sport pin that can be displayed on the varsity letter or their blazer lapel. When your name is called, please stand to be recognized. After the ceremony, please come get your varsity letter and pins in Mr. Gelati's office. Please hold your applause until all students' names are called. Shyla Borick, Andrew Sokolov, Evan Tubb, Drake Hankins, and JJ Miller. And for those of you who have previously earned a varsity letter, but this was your first time on a varsity lacrosse or baseball team, you can also pick up your pin in Mr. Gelati's office.
Next, I will turn things over to our coaches who will be giving out 2 awards for each team. The first award is the Coaches Leadership Award, which is given to a player or manager who, by the vote of the coaches, exemplifies the leadership characteristics expected of a Gerstel student athlete. The student athlete has given the commitment, dedication, and sacrifice to the team to improve individually and as a teammate. This player can be a verbal leader or can lead by example while setting the bar for what is expected of his or her teammates. This player strives to reach their full potential on a daily basis and has the ability to make those around them better. The second award is the Falcon Award, which is given to a player or manager by the vote of the players who has the most positive impact on the team. The student athlete has persevered throughout the season and who has set a positive example for his or her peers both on and off the field. This player has shown an ability to lead by example and set the standard for what a Gerstel student athlete is all about. Our first presenter will be Coach Pacumba for varsity baseball.
Good morning, good afternoon. First, I'd like to thank Mr. Gelati, Coach Murtha, Coach Haggart, and Coach Lou for their fantastic help this year. Also, Sid and Moose, we could not have done it without you. You guys were awesome for us this year. Thank you so much for your help as managers. This year, I can't say it was nearly as successful as we had hoped. However, it was a lot closer to being very successful than our record may show. We ended up this year at 5-11, 6-11 overall. However, of those 11 losses, 8 of them came by 2 runs or less. And I believe 6 of them were 1 run or less. So that just goes to show, playing in a very, very difficult conference against some of the top teams in the state of Maryland, we were extremely competitive. And did a fantastic job, just couldn't get over the bump this year. With that said, let's turn it over to our award winners. Our Falcon Award goes to a young man who it's been a pleasure, both are going to seniors, a pleasure over our past 4 years to watch him grow from a little 8th grader to a fantastic young man who really has kind of been the cornerstone for much of his time here. And really held us together. If you know the catcher position, you know that you're constantly being beat down with baseballs. And unfortunately, due to COVID, we lost a year, and unfortunately, due to injuries, we lost another almost year. But it really has been a pleasure watching this young man grow into a fantastic baseball player and an even better young man. So I'm proud to give the Falcon Award to Daniel Burns. We'll give you a little false award to you. The Coaches Award. This, I've always said, if you get an email from me, you'll see at the bottom of my email, there's no better place to teach, coach, learn, and experience traditional leadership than on the athletic field. A lot of times, I think we think that these awards go to the best player, the one with the highest average, the one that plays all the time, that's the best player on the field. But there's so much more, as Mr. Gelati alluded to, so much more to sports than that, and you're going to gain so much more from this. And this young man, this year especially, I think really embodied what it means to win the Coaches Award. This is a player that 4 years ago, as a freshman, was starting many games. We lost 2020, but last year started, I believe, every game or pretty close to every game. And this year came in and we had some new young talent around him, and he didn't get as much playing time as he may have had in the past. And I can tell you firsthand, from having done this a long time, a lot of players would shut down and become a cancer in the locker room, a cancer on the bench. And the way this young man handled himself and led by example completely, really it impressed me, and really I think showed exactly what he is all about. And I truly appreciate that, and I hope his teammates noticed the impact that he had on his team this year. And I'm very proud to give this award to Mason Burdick.
Our next presenter will be Coach Kennedy for Varsity Girls Lacrosse.
Good afternoon. This is my first year as a head coach at Gerstel, second year here. I just want to say I'm very appreciative of the opportunity to coach here. Thank you. It's been a wonderful year. This season was a season of growth, perseverance, and camaraderie for the girls lacrosse team. We only had 16 players. We had 5 freshmen get playing time on varsity, 5 sophomore starters, and only 6 upperclassmen on the team. We were the youngest and smallest team, and we play in the toughest conference in the country. 8 teams that we faced were in the top 25 in the country. Not just in the state, but in the country. And we graduated 80% of our offense from last year and every key position on our team from the previous year. So going into this year with such a small squad, every player was pushed. Some were pushed in different ways. Some were pushed to change positions. They may have been a 3-year starter in a position, and as a senior, we pushed them from attack to defense, or from defense to mid, or last year they didn't step on the field and find themselves in a starting role in the goal this year, or find themselves from not playing last year to being a starting defender. Tall order to play against the toughest competition around. But the girls were brave, and against all odds, they persevered and they competed hard. And at the end of the year, I must say this is one of the closest, I've coached for many years, it's one of the closest teams I've been a part of. And I think that's a testament to the senior leadership that we had on this team. And so I'll get to the awards. Our Falcon Award, I'll start with the Falcon Award. All 3 of our senior captains received votes for the Falcon Award. This is an award voted on by your peers, which really is a testament to, coaches see certain things about leadership, but how your peers view you is very, very important. I think all 3 of these senior leaders showed how to be brave in the face of adversity. Can't read my notes here, so I guess I'll just wing it. They led by example. They led by example with their work ethic and with their positive attitude. And they showed the younger girls on the team how to compete. One One girl stood out in this category amongst her peers and earned the award, a Falcon Award. She showed leadership on the field. She showed leadership on the sideline. She showed leadership at all practices in the locker room and communicating with coaches on behalf of the team. She was selfless. She mentored a younger goalie. She was a vocal leader on the field. She cared about her teammates. She cared about her performance. She cared about our team. And she was a clear leader on our team. For the Falcon Award, congratulations to Lainey Mall. The next award, the Coaches Leadership Award. This player was asked really to do it all for our team this year. She was also, as I mentioned, asked to move positions this year. 3-year starter on defense, was asked to move into a midfield role and take on a huge leadership role on our team. Last year, I think she scored less than 10 goals. And this year she was pushed to be our leading goal scorer. And not just our leading goal scorer, but she ended up with 73 goals this year, which was, I believe, seeing the stats across the conference, the highest number of goals scored by a player in the IAMA conference, which is just, I don't know how to put that into words. That's just amazing. She also won 93 draw controls for our team. Earned a spot on the Under Armour All-American watch list, earned a spot on the IAMA All-Conference team, and was a leader in every way for our team. Congratulations on the Coaches Leadership Award, Kylie Redmond.
And our last presenter for athletics will be Coach Harkey for Varsity Boys Lacrosse.
I've got the notes on my phone here. There was a comment earlier in the year about generational gaps. Maybe I'm showing my youth. Firstly, thank you to Dr. Smith, Mr. Pelasco, Mr. Abbott, Ms. Reinhardt, Mr. Gelati, together with the entire faculty administration, for bringing me here to Gerstel, this being my first year here in this community. Thank you for the entirety of the school community for welcoming me with open arms and for your support for our team throughout the spring. It's meant a lot. Briefly, I'd like to highlight a bit about our team this spring. We had some difficulties and frustrations, but we worked hard and grew throughout the year from beginning to end. 60% of the goals that we scored this season were assisted. I'd like to get that higher, but that's a pretty good mark. Our penalty kill unit held the opposition's extra man offense to less than 25% throughout the year. That means out of every 4 penalties that we had, only 1 resulted in a goal for the other team. And into next year, we return 3 top 4 scorers. The only one we'll miss is Jackson Graham, who graduates with 51 points on the season. Nick Arnold edged him with 52, but Jackson had the most goals with 38 on the year. I also want to briefly highlight our goalies. Dawson Hoare, as I told him previously, was an exemplary teammate all season long. He was frequently a positive presence, a vocal presence, although he didn't see much time on the field throughout the year. And constantly, when our other goalkeeper, Riley Kilroy, was coming off the field, Dawson would be the first person running out to congratulate him on his efforts in the cage. And I just wanted to highlight that because it shows Dawson's character. For Riley himself, I'd also like to highlight that this was a young man playing a new position this year, and he earned 9 saves in the cage throughout the season. For our award winners, for the Falcon Award, this young man did a little bit of everything this year. He is well regarded by his teammates and his peers outside of the team. He's the qualities that we strive to develop here at Gerstel Academy. I'm proud to present the Jackson Quinzer. For our Coaches Award, I asked a lot of our student athletes this spring. One of the bedrock principles that I require of our team in order to establish a winning culture is espousing a consistent, positive attitude towards every drill, every play, every interaction. An attitude of being present in the moment with urgency and intensity. That is a difficult ask. That takes a lot of you to do consistently. This young man embraced that request and brought consistent focus and energy throughout the season. Samir Nasser. Thank you.
I would like to thank everyone here who is a part of the Gerstel Academy athletic family and all of you that support our teams. Every student athlete in this room, whether you hold a plaque or not, plays a critical role in the success of our programs, and I hope you're all proud of yourselves. We most certainly are. As you leave here this morning, congratulate one another, express your appreciation to your coaches, friends, and when you get home tonight, your family, their support. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Joanna Johnson, and I am the Leadership Department Chairperson, and I am an upper school leadership instructor. And I just want to take a moment to recognize our 2021 Summer Leadership Challenge winners. These students took on an optional challenge. They had to read an extra book, they had to read an extra essay, and they had to complete extra community service hours. And they did all of this, like I said, on their own, and took on that challenge as So I just want to take a moment to recognize them. So when I say your name, please stand, and please hold your applause until all names have been read. In the 9th grade, Nathan Anapolsky, Jack Bruffy, Skylar Ellison, Bailey Harden, Samantha Mosovitz, Sydney Mosovitz, Amari Owens, Danny Sager, Matthew Scholes, and Landon Yetta. In 10th grade, Matthew Finkel, Braden Hammond, Lexi Larson, Olivia Sprinkle, and Bodie Yelland. In 11th grade, Keely Ballard, Riley Bruffy, John Delgado, Braden Dillon, Ben Kaiser, Nick Marquess, Xavier Valadon, JJ Weber, Emmy Weiner, and Avery Zeisler. And in the 12th grade, Faith Beeson, Mason Burdick, Elizabeth Shigalis, Alex Friedman, Emma Leonard, and Lily Norbeck.
Morning. I'm Molly Polash, the chair of the art department and upper school art teacher. Each one of my art students were great young artists and leaders this year. But Caitlin Bondar and Gabby Baranovsky stood out to me this year and deserve the Upper School Visual Arts Leadership Award. Caitlin and Gabby, you were consistent all year long in approaching each art unit with passion, conviction, and persistence. You accepted the challenges and adversities that are part and parcel of creating original artworks. Both of you worked to reach your full potential by thinking critically and problem solving at very high levels. Caitlin, I am impressed with your intellectual and artistic growth since teaching you as a freshman. You have grown tremendously. Gabby, your consistent generation of stellar ideas and application of aesthetic principles to be commended. So congratulations, Caitlin and Gabby, for winning the Upper School Visual Art Leadership Award this year.
Good morning. Thank you. The Mathematics Leadership Awards are presented each year to students who excel in mathematics by incorporating the Gerstel principles and attributes into their everyday life, positively influence their classmates with their leadership, have excellent class participation, are developing essential critical thinking skills, and demonstrate perseverance in their pursuit of mathematical knowledge. The Einstein Leadership Award is presented to a 9th grade student, the Euler Leadership Award to a 10th grade student, and the Gauss Award is presented to an 11th grade student. The Senior Mathematics Award will be given at the Senior Awards thing. Mr. Busta will now present the Einstein Leadership Award.
This year's Einstein Leadership Award winner is a student who not only excelled academically, but also wholeheartedly embrace Gerstel's principles and attributes consistently throughout the year. This student made sure to approach every endeavor in the classroom with passion, conviction, and persistence, all the while being a positive influence to their peers. Not only that, they also coached and mentored their peers by taking time to help them in and out of the classroom. They were always prepared with a question during class that either real-world situation or allowed students to connect ideas from other classes to the current topic. They are meticulous with their work, turning in assignments that were without flaw, and even went above and beyond by earning a 100% on the geometry midterm exam. They are creative in their projects they complete, and I will never forget the cartoon-themed t-shirt that they created for the Transformation t-shirt project. I know that they will continue to show dedication to STEM in future classes and exceed everyone's expectations in the years to come. I am privileged to present the Einstein Leadership Award to Amari Owens.
My name is Amy Funk, and I get to present the next award. This year's Euler's Leadership Award winner is a student who excelled academically throughout the year, achieving one of the highest grades in the course. Equally importantly, they consistently bring a smile and a positive attitude to class, as well as genuine curiosity and sincere enthusiasm for mathematics. They generously, patiently, and kindly instruct others in class and outside of class, gently pointing out mistakes, often mine, and asking clarifying questions. Their own excellent critical thinking skills inspire and motivate others to persevere in problem solving, individually and in the group. They demonstrate such strong leadership in the classroom that classmates suspect that this person may have actually written algebra 2 curriculum. It is my privilege to present the Euler Leadership Award to Lexi Larson.
I will be presenting this year's Gauss Award to a junior whose aptitude for math concepts and exceptional character has set a great example for his peers throughout the school year. This student has shown consistent leadership in and out of the classroom. Throughout each unit in my AP Calculus class, this student consistently performed at the top of the class on each exam. With his attentiveness, thank you, to detail and continued resourcefulness, he always finds his way towards mastery of the concepts. Not only does his work show great critical thinking and a precise approach to every problem, but his engagement and willingness to learn during class time other great thinkers in the class. He has always wanted to share his thoughts and ideas to new questions posed, helping to foster a great classroom environment of deep thought and discussion. I think that you young people might even say that he carried the class. With that said, I'm happy to announce been awarded to Xavier Valadon.
Good morning, everybody. I'm so happy to be here with you this morning. The History Department would like to acknowledge one student in particular. The History Leadership Award is given to a junior who excels in history and also consistently embodies the Gerstel leadership model. This student has demonstrated exemplary scholarship for the past 3 years in his history classes. This student leader is an intellectual scholar, but also humble. His contributions in class, as well as in his written work, reflect superior historical thinking skills. This student is truly adept at analyzing primary sources and understanding their significance in a broader historical context. This recipient's passion for history and inquisitive nature are both truly stellar. Additionally, and very importantly, this student sincerely embraces the principles and attributes and serves as an outstanding role model to his peers. Congratulations to this year's recipient of the History Leadership Award, Junior Samir Nasser.
Good morning. My name is Diana Ricker. I'm the English Department Chairperson. It's my pleasure to announce the Upper School Award for the English Leadership Award. This goes to one student leader that demonstrates passion, conviction, and persistence towards literature and the humanities. He or she willingly participates in Socratic discussion, eagerly attends the writing lab to be tutored or to help mentor others. Moreover, this person has participated in open mic night, contributing writing, and has made literary contributions towards publishing in the Roaring Run Review. This recipient is selfless and has spent 2 years in the writers group at Gerstel, last year most often on Zoom. She embraces creativity. She works to reach a stellar academic apex by participating in written competitions that promote literacy. She also promotes Poetry Out Loud, Johns Hopkins Creative Writing Contest, National English Honor Society Writing Contest, among other competitions and programs. Lastly, I'd like to point out that she's a very humble leader. She gave of her time after completing her required community service hours for National English Honor Society by coming in the week before final exams to tutor an 8th grader. And she spent 3 consecutive days helping her write her 15-page history paper. So this year, I proudly give this award to Ann Carr. This next award goes to the promising young writer. This is a student who shows promise of pursuing a career involved in mass communications and is talented in both verse and prose. The best writers know how to piece together concepts and information in a way that make readers engaged, committed, and convinced that their words are worth reading. This student is a voracious reader, which is evident in his awareness of rhythm, diction, style, and voice and syntax. His passion for stories, especially mythology, came out in his short story, which was published in the literary magazine. His social issue research paper about ADHD was declarative in its call to action and exhibited strong critical thinking connections between sources. There's no doubt this young man will help unite others in a common direction with his writing, and this award goes to sophomore Nathan Pokov. Okay, now on to Poetry Out Loud. This award goes to the Poetry Out Loud Gerstel winner. Poetry Out Loud is a national contest that helps students master public speaking skills, build self-confidence, learn about literary history, and contemporary life. Created by the National Endowment for the Arts and the Poetry Foundation in 2005, Poetry Out Loud is administered in partnership with the state arts agencies of 50 states, including District of Columbia, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico. Poetry Out Loud offers more than $100,000 in prizes and school stipends every year. Since its establishment, Poetry Out Loud has grown to reach nearly 3.5 million students, 50,000 teachers, and 10,000 schools across the country. This year, the Gerstel Academy first place winner goes to Miss Jayla Shropshire. This award is for the Champions of Courage contest that we have here. Every year we compete, and it's let me start over. Champions of Courage is a community service campaign of Fox 45, the CW Baltimore, and My TV Baltimore. It commemorates Black History Month by celebrating positive role models who exemplify Dr. King's legacy and lessons. 3 Baltimore area students were honored as the top finalists in the 35th Annual Champions of Courage Black History Month Essay Contest. The announcement was made during Saluting Maryland's Champions of Courage, which aired on Fox 45. The students were awarded scholarship funds and their schools were presented cash prizes in their honor. Over 1,000 students submitted essays. First place honors out of those 1,000 students went to one student in Maryland, and she earned a $200 award. In her honor, and in honor of her hero, her art teacher, Miss Abby, Gerstel Academy received a $200 award. She has used the award of $200 to start a classroom library of diverse literature here at Gerstel Academy. So congratulations to Maryland's first place honors winner of Champions of Courage, Miss Amari Owens. I'll be reading 2 awards on behalf of Mr. Stem and his mass communications class. So the first award is Innovation and Creativity. The Innovation and Creativity Award goes to the student who has shown great passion for their independent project and connected that passion to our Gerstel community. Their project brings value to our school in an innovative way through the content and delivery of their work. This student crafted a creative project and collaborated with a team of their peers to bring their vision to life. Through the leadership of this student, a new student recognition platform was designed and launched for our upper school athletics department. As you may have seen in our inaugural episodes on YouTube or social media, this student-led and student-run Flying Falcon has been launched, and it's a new tradition, and it means to celebrate our student athletes. So without further ado, I announce the Innovation and Creativity Award to Mr. Ajay Hobart. The next award from Mr. STEM goes to our leadership in yearbook. The Yearbook Editing and Design Award goes to one student who has shown exemplary skill set for page design over the course of the class. This student works to reach his or her full potential in every class as they deal with adversity within the Jostens platform. The student would like to approach every endeavor as the production of the yearbook goes forward with passion, a good bit of patience, as she completed her own work and would help others with their designs. The Leadership Award for Editing and Design goes to Ms. Caroline Quenzer.
Me llamo señora Doyle y aquí conmigo tenemos a la doctora Greppi. Ella va a ayudar con la presentación de los premios. The Spanish Leadership Awards go to students who have put the Gerstel Academy leadership model into practice throughout the school year by thinking critically, developing self-confidence, responding to the needs of others, and making a very positive difference. They put their language skills into action to deliver creative, useful products to the community through their work with Spanish teaching in the kindergarten classes, leading some of our youngest Gerstelians with passion and conviction and persistence. In Spanish, on 2 days every week, they delivered a 30-minute lesson created by their leader, Lily Norbeck. Their leadership is truly exemplary. Thank you and congratulations. Please come up as a group. Faith Beeson, Elizabeth Chagales, Jordi Chagales, John Delgado, Daniela Gutman, Naomi Halfin, Lily Norbeck, the leader, Xavier Valadon, and Adam Wasserman. Think about it, that was 60 minutes every week of their own time, plus Lily about 60 hours. And I'd like to ask the photographer if afterwards, I forgot to call Mrs. Chagales up because she was the leader of the leaders. So maybe we could get one of those afterwards. La Sociedad Honoraria Hispánica 2022 Birdie Green Junior Travel Award. One junior from each school in the nation with a chapter of the Sociedad may apply for a national travel award each year. And there are thousands of chapters. This year, Gerstel's applicant became one of only 24 national winners of this prestigious award. These winners will enjoy a trip to Puerto Rico this summer. Our applicant demonstrated tremendous passion, conviction, and persistence, and was courageous as they worked to reach fullest of all potentials, with the submission of a 2-page essay in Spanish about an aspect of culture in Puerto Rico. Submitting also a 5-minute recorded conversation with his teacher in which they spoke about the impact of language study, motivation for taking Spanish, and participation and service to our SHH chapter. During that conversation, he explained his point of view about the greatest challenges of a group travel experience, and there are many, and addressed the question of how an immersion experience would influence his future endeavors. Finally, he spelled out why he, above all others, should be awarded this prize. Many, many qualified applicants. So, traveling to Puerto Rico this summer with a national award is Señor Savian Valedón. The Northeast Conference on the Teaching of Foreign Languages, Excellence in Language Study. The Northeast Conference, also called NECFL, recognizes students for excellence in world language study. Names are registered with the national office and remain in their archives. Our 2022 recipients' action, passion, conviction, and persistence have paved the way to the achievement of advanced proficiency in listening, speaking, reading, and writing in Spanish. That means level 2 global seal. Working to reach her full potential with the language and having earned the highest possible score of 5 on the 2021 AP Spanish Language and Culture exam as only a junior, has all prepared her for advanced standing in college and a possible major in Spanish. Along with NECFL, the Spanish department is delighted to convey its congratulations to Señorita Elizabeth Lisi Chagales. The Sociedad Honoraria Hispánica offers certificates of excellence to 10% of its membership. Among you in the audience today are 4 young women the upper school and the Spanish department would truly like to recognize for this leadership. They took public speaking to the max this year when they designed and ran a session at the Maryland Foreign Language Association's Spring Conference. Their objective was to share with language teachers and supervisors throughout the state what they had done during their intern mentor Spanish in the Community course this school year. This course, as you know, is an elective at our school and is unique to our school. It is unique to the state. Our Gerstel leaders did not hesitate to accept the challenge of making a presentation of their process, their independent research findings, and the products they designed to share with the local and even global community. For taking action, for tapping into their creativity, and applying their critical thinking and problem-solving skills in Spanish at the state level, not to mention for leaving the comfort zone of our campus and on a Saturday, I am really honored to award a Certificate of Excellence from the Sociedad Honoraria Hispánica to Elizabeth Chagales, Isha Gupta, Daniela Gutman, and Lily Norbeck. And I didn't find this out until yesterday morning. In my email was a message from the supervisor of Montgomery County Public School World Language Program. She had attended their presentation in March, and she wanted to tell me that she is using the information that she learned from our students to start a new Level 6 program in Spanish as an elective in Montgomery County schools. So that's an extra icing on the cake. Everybody by now has heard of the stamp test. You can hold your ground. But it is through the stamp test that our students may earn global recognition with the Seal of Biliteracy in Spanish and English. The Global Seal of Biliteracy is an award given at 2 levels by independent schools to students who have studied and attained certain levels of proficiency in their language. The seal gives universities an additional method to recognize applicants seeking admission and/or placement. It provides employers with a method of identifying individuals with biliteracy skills critical to function in a global society. Students who receive scores of at least intermediate mid, which is a score of 5, in all 4 skills, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, have earned the Global Seal of Biliteracy Level 1, the Functional Fluency Certificate. The names I'm going to read are the students who earned this last May in 2021. And the reason I'm not reading the 2022 recipients is because all of those results are not back yet. And there's a process for certification validation, then a certificate. Your certificate number on it is unique to you. And you'll see when you get your certificate, if you open up your folder, you'll see some tips from the seal, how you can use this on your resume and in your future endeavors. So please come up. This is not easy to do. Gabriela Baranovsky, Mason Burdick, George Chagales, John Delgado, Naomi Halfin, Stephanie Koval, Lily Norbeck, Sara Shapiro, sorry, Sarah, and Xavier Valadon. Now, some of these folks may be getting level 2 news from me over the summer, because they may have taken the test this year. Go ahead and put your medals on. Put your medals on for the photo. Gracias. Good. Adam? just to add, so students know, you can also become a recipient based on high score of 4 or 5 on the Spanish AP test. We have level 2, which is working fluency certificates, which indicate advanced proficiency in Spanish in all 4 skills. This is where you jump up 2 levels, from 5, intermediate mid, to advanced low. Advanced low is a 7. You have to get at least a 7 in all 4 skills. The students I'm going to name actually exceeded 7 in some of their areas. It's amazing. So according to national data, this proficiency level may place them in a level, up to a level 400 course at most colleges. Please congratulate, really loudly here, this is so big, Faith Beeson and Elizabeth Chagales. Did I not call Adam for the level 1? I'm so sorry, Adam. You want to know? I'm so sorry. It was on the other side of the page, and I thought, uh-oh. I'm so sorry, Adam. But this makes it even better. You did a really good job. Thank you for that. I thought I had said Normally, Dr. Smith presents this final Spanish award. However, he could not be present today, so I will do so. This is called the Esther and Dr. Henry Smith Spanish Award. It is in honor of the Smith family. Dr. Henry Smith was quite the linguist, speaking a polyglot. He spoke, I'm not quoting exactly, but probably about 8 or 9 languages. The recipient of this award has received national and state recognition for their accomplishments. In addition to winning gold and silver medals on the National Spanish Exam, they even distinguished themselves by earning the Global Seal of Biliteracy Level 1 amidst the adverse circumstances of remote learning. Pending the results of the AP Spanish Language and Culture exam that was taken on May 11th, this person may receive, and probably will receive, Level 2 working fluency. We'll know that in July. They have a terrific passion and aptitude for the language, and an insatiable hunger to immerse themselves in it. As a national winner of the Birdie Green Travel Award, now you know who it is, he will travel this summer to Puerto Rico with 23 other national stars from across the United States. He actualizes his classroom experiences and textbook knowledge while contributing to the community. For example, he established a Spanish conversation club in the upper school to practice not only his own speaking skills, but also to lead others in their pursuit of working fluency. He teaches Spanish to a kindergarten class for 30 minutes twice a week, and will do so again next year. He stepped up last year to translate community notices for an advocate for our local Hispanic community so that she could post them on her Facebook page in Spanish. He has become very involved with the Sociedad Honoraria. This year, he was not only treasurer, but also took on the leadership role in the publicity committee to promote all school involvement in this year's Feria de Culturas Hispanas. Outside of class, he taught his peers how to edit and share the video interviews that they had conducted in the community to survey prior knowledge about Hispanic Heritage Month this school year. He assisted them with creating subtitles in Spanish for any interviews that were in English, and subtitles in English for those who conducted in Spanish. He then divided all the many interviews into 4 episodes to share with Spanish teachers. Look for them on Gerstel's social media during Hispanic Heritage Month 2023, September 15th to October 15th. He has already begun to prepare for his upcoming Spanish course, the Intern Mentor Program, Spanish in the Community. To this very poised young man, who has so beautifully distinguished himself with his leadership and academic performance, we are proud to award the Dr. Henry Smith Spanish, Esther and Dr. Henry Smith Spanish Award. Congratulations to Savien Valelon. And that included in that is a check for $200. And so I had a whole lot written about this next award, and I don't see it in here, but I have a good memory about it. So, the Sociedad Honoraria, as you've already heard today, gives national awards. There is an award that I'd like to announce here, even though it goes to a senior, because I want you underclassmen to strive your hardest to go all the way up to the AP level and to do this yourselves. This is called the Joseph Adams Senior Scholarship. It is worth either $1,000 or $2,000. Person who has won this year, you've already heard about, because she also won the Northeast Conference on Excellence in Teaching Award. I'm so excited to honor Elizabeth Chagallus with $2,000 to use for college. The school, it's not from the school, it's from, luckily I'd already talked about it. Now, Dr.
I see you, Mr. Plunkard. What an honor it is. Thank you, Senor Dorley. What an honor it is to introduce the passing of the gavel from the 11th student government president to the 12th student government president. It's also an honor to co-sponsor student government with Ms. Robusto this year, who I don't know if she's here right now. At this time, I would like to honor the SGA members who acted as student leaders for the 2021-2022 school year. Please stand when your names are called. President Delaney Mall, Vice President Lauren Wargo, Treasurer Mason Burdick, Secretary Alex Friedman, Historian Jameson Gocknauer, 12th grade reps Natalie Leonardson, Carrick Mark Makutz, Emma Leonard, and Elizabeth Chagallus. 11th grade reps Xavier Valadon, Naomi Halfin, Tatum Early, and Olivia Sprinkle. 10th grade reps Samantha Skelly, Brooke Mandelberg, Matthew Finkel, Hayden Hoffman. 9th grade reps Sydney Mosowitz, Danny Sager, Ava Gaines, and Kirsten Clarius. It's been a pleasure working with all of you. Let's give them a hand. A few weeks ago, we had elections for SGA officers for the 2022-2023 school year. 3 positions were uncontested and 2 were contested with spirited races. The following students will lead student government for the upcoming school year. President Xavier Valadon, Vice President Ajay Hobart, Secretary Naomi Halfin, Treasurer Logan Baker, and Historian Samantha Skelly. If you are interested in participating in student government next year, there are opportunities. In the fall, each grade elects 4 representatives to represent their year in student government. At this point, I would like to pass the mic to Delaney Mall, our outgoing president, who will be passing the gavel to our incoming president, Xavier Valadon. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. First, I want to thank everyone for entrusting me with their school year. We made it through ups and downs and all the chaos that came with it. And thank you to administration, Dr. Greenspoon, Ms. Robusto, as well as the staff and facilities who had to follow our crazy work orders. Just for all the support and all the planning, setup, and meetings that go into the events that SGA runs and plans. And thank you to the students. It's been a pleasure to serve each and every one of you. Even if you don't realize it, you have all taught me something in some way, whether it's how to be a better leader, a better friend, or a better overall person. I know I'm leaving you in good hands, and I can't wait to see what your new officers accomplish. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Delaney. So I know we've had plenty to get through today, so I'll be brief. First, I'd like to thank SGA this year, and especially Delaney. We had an incredible year, and Delaney, your hard work did not go unnoticed. So can we get a round of applause for Delaney Mull? I would like to thank all of you guys as well for trusting me with this role. I know there's a lot of responsibility that comes with it, and I'll do everything in my power to deliver. I'll work very closely with SGA, and I'll ensure that we have the best homecoming, Spirit Week, Carnival, and Charity Week that we possibly can. Thank you all, and here's to a fantastic 2022 to 2023 school year. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. The Book of Knowledge is a unique representation of the things that set Gerstel Academy apart from all other schools. It outlines not only the history and value system of Gerstel, but also the information that every person should know to be culturally literate in this great country of ours. The BOK Challenge is a fierce competition between the 9th, 10th, and 11th grade advisories to see who has mastered this knowledge the best. The 12th grade does not compete because they assist in designing the questions. The BOK Challenge was originated by the class of 2012, whose class colors still adorn the cup, along with the colors of the previous year's winners. Past winners include Mr. Donato's advisory last year, Senora Hedrick's advisory in 2019, Dr. Greenspoon's advisory in 2015, and Dr. Shea's advisory in 2013. The challenge is conducted in 2 parts. The initial round of the competition occurred on January 26th. On that day, the 9th, 10th, and 11th grade advisories competed in a 20-question Kahoot that contained a random assortment of questions from parts 1 and 2 of the Book of Knowledge. The top average scoring 9th, 10th, and 11th grade advisories moved on to compete in the finals on the 4th of February. At this time, I asked members of Dr. Greenspoon's advisory, Senora Doyle's advisory, and Ms. Suggs' advisory to stand and be recognized for making it to that final battle. The winning advisory receives ownership of the Challenge Cup for 1 year's time, and their advisory name will be engraved on the plaque. This year, our grand champions and winners of the BOK Challenge Cup The members of Ms. Suggs' advisory, please come forward for a group photo.
Where's Mr. Bogage?
If you want to be center, get there. Quick. Final window. Final window. Where are we looking? Pick one. Sure, you're well.
Good morning, everyone. Miss Farley, Gerstel's food manager, is unable to join us, so I'm going to present an award on her behalf. This first-time award, the Above and Beyond Award, recognizes outstanding initiative, dependability, and positivity. Our two winners brought sunshine to the snack program. Thank you, Isha Gupta and Josie Henderson, for going above and beyond every day this year to share your time, talents, and treasures with our community. Okay, I also get the pleasure of closing down the whole assembly. So congratulations to all the students whose accomplishments have been recognized this morning. We are very proud of all of you. Every event at Gerstel involves the hard work and commitment of many people. Mr. Abbott and I would like to thank the following. Dr. Smith for his vision. Thank you to Mr. Palasko and Ms. Luke for their continued mentorship. We want to thank our fellow administrators for their efforts to work with us as we support teachers and students. And thank you, Ms. Gopalan, for all of your hard work in coordinating this event today. For our teachers and our coaches, you are where it all comes together in classes, advisories, on the field, and on the court. The relationships you build with the students are essential to fulfilling the mission of Gerstel Academy. Your work allowed us to have a successful school year, so thank you. Can we all just thank our teachers? I also want to give a very special thanks to Ms. Nicole Finkel. It is her last day here at Gerstel. She has been wonderful. We wish you all the best in law school next year. Thank you, Mr. Scholes and the facility staff for helping set up the space for today's ceremony and also just maintaining our beautiful campus. To the parents, your consistent support and encouragement of your children as they work to reach their full potential is appreciated. We are honored to partner with you as we develop leaders of tomorrow. And finally, to all the students, your hard work in the classroom and athletic arena has been recognized this morning. So continue to take action, view challenges as opportunities to grow, and treat others as you want to be treated. And I think that it's important to note that accolades are wonderful and it's nice to be recognized, but in the real world, like these awards, in a couple years, we're not probably going to remember all the details of today. So my advice to you is to really take the time to treat others well, because few are going to remember the details of today or the awards, but they will remember how you made them feel. Leaders care for and serve others. That's what it's about. So please do that. Continue to take action. Have courage in the face of adversity and maintain a positive attitude. It makes all the difference. We look forward to seeing everyone's continued success. At this time, I have asked Andrew and Mason to lead us in the alma mater.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
All right, give me a 1, 2, 3. We are mighty Gerstel Academy, falcons flying proud and free. Alongside honor and courage, this is how we strive to lead. Armed with principles and attributes for all the world to see. We love Gerstel Academy, leadership for you and me. Go Falcons!
Okay, connect with your advisors. We're going to have a group lunch. Enjoy the rest of your day.